Hello and good evening, everybody. Taff's Live is back. Sorry about last week, but to be honest, it clashed with Wales. Couldn't really have it on during the Wales game, could I? But Henry's back. I've had to settle for Henry because Kev couldn't make it. No, you were first choice, don't you, buddy? Henry was first choice. I think Henry made a really, really good addition the last couple of times that he's been on with me. So wanted to get him back. It seemed as though you guys got on with him and enjoyed giving him a bit of a ribbing for being a Swindon fan. So I thought let's get him back. Let's get him back. Nick Muller's the first in. You got to be disappointed, mate, after today's result. Oh, for fuck's sake, they're stupid. Honestly, I've got pop-ups and all sorts going on, yeah. So, oh, for God's sake, that's just below the belt. That is. I mean,
Yeah, I have nothing to say for that.
no. So, Nick, what did you make of your game against Accrington today? I thought I wasn't impressed with you, if I'm being honest, mate. Wasn't impressed with Ipswich at all. I thought I was expecting a lot more.
As a Swindon fan, I'd like to know how is Luke Wolfenden doing since he's playing regularly for you, since we had him on loan last year.
Oh?
Because he was brilliant when he played for us last year, I thought, only 19 years old, as a centre-back, played the majority of the season.
Yeah.
So I'd like to know how he's getting on, if you could let me know.
Go on in, Nick. There we go. It's been laid to you, mate. So Labs is in. North Devon Grecian is in. Disappointing result for you guys. Jesus. Didn't expect that. Exeter were embarrassing yesterday, yeah.
Yeah, so I think that was a shock of the day, though.
So Nick Muller saying that's their jinx ground. Jinx ground at Accrington. I never used to like going to Accrington, but we had a pretty good record there. I never liked it because I don't like the ground. Although there is a nice pub. But I'll tell you what, Accrington, now I now remember, there is an absolutely banging chippy just down the road from the ground. So when you come out of the ground and you're going down the main road, you got to turn left to get back onto the motorway. Where you go on, I think it's one of the, I think it's like the M54 or M60 something, and then you got to go off there then to go back onto the M6. Now, before you turn left there, if you go carry on down and go down the road for a couple of 100 yards, on the left there's like a side street and there's a chippy, a proper back alley chippy, like, and it's absolutely banging. Absolutely freaking banging.
It's not really been a place where I thought, you know, let's go and have an away day up there. It's not really.
I've been there to the majority of the games we played at Accrington, and I've only ever not been to the one that was nearly rained off. That's the only time I haven't been to Accrington. So Luke is in evening. Grimsby weren't any better. I had Grimsby on my accumulator. I've always got to pick the donkeys of the day. You know, the ones who lose embarrassingly at home when I actually fancy them to win.
Luke doing well, we all like him. That's good, that's good. I'm happy, because no, he was good, he was a good lad with us.
There you go.
So, I liked him.
Robbie's dad is in. How's it go, Neil? You alright, mate? I was actually talking to Robbie about you the other day. I saw him in Morrison's. I tell you what, the boy lives in there. I'm a fat bastard and he's in there more than me, but credit to him, he's in there buying rabbit food all the time. So, no, he did. He had a trolley full of rabbit food. And I was like, we've got a pet rabbit at home to give that to. Like, no, it's a footballer's diet, I know. But, yeah, I mentioned that you're on my blogs all the time, Neil, and, he actually watches himself, Robbie. So if you've got anything bad to say to him, you can say it now. Or do you like Robbie?
I like Robbie.
You're a Robbie fan. Are you watching it? Are you saying that because he might be watching, or are you saying that because you like him?
I do like him.
I like Robbie. And I've always admitted, whenever I feel he plays bad, I'll admit I feel he's played bad, but then that's when I think he's playing too much of a central role. I prefer him out on the wing.
Yeah,
that's where his strengths are.
It was when we came down to you last season, we had a bit of banter with him, and even the Swindon fans applauded him with the banter we're having with him. Yeah. So I like him.
He's good for that. But he told me, because obviously he's got his haters and he hears it all the time, from the stands. He did say he hears everything. And
the majority of Swindon fans like him because they on the forums were talking about, they were on about when Newport were playing in the FA Cup on the Swindon Facebook page, all chatting about the game, like the City and then the Leicester game. They all and every time they always pictured out Robbie, and they were like, because he's brilliant. So
I mentioned the TV camera thing with Robbie as well, and I said, why do they go at you saying that you won't ever pay for the TV cameras? Is obviously, they're the people who are only ever there for those big games that are on the TV because they're the only time they ever see him play, and him and his missus have a banter about it as well. So his missus saying, if he has a bad game, I say, the TV cameras weren't watching you today, then were they? Apparently the lads do as well.
If you ever want to move on and go to a nice club called Swindon, you'll be welcome, I guarantee you.
No, don't do it, Robbie. I won't like you anymore if you do that.
See the Devon Derby, the Exeter will smash our guts. You know what? When Plymouth came to us last week, yeah, we were better than them in the first half, but they came out and they looked like a side that's worthy of promotion when they came out. So,
It was like that with the first half with us with Plymouth. I thought they looked really good in the first half, and it was.
They lacked a bit up front. I mean, they had a lot of golden chances up front. I think the strikers, if they had a more consistent striker like I don't know Doyle, they might have put them away. But no, some of the chances they had, they should have scored and they should have beat us in the second half. But because we were just outpuffed.
So the Devon Derby on Saturday, Exeter will smash our goal. I tell you what, right? The Devon Derby, I quite like. It's quite a meaty one, isn't it? Fair play to them. Fair play to them. They know how to have a good rivalry down there.
I fancy it'll be a 1-1 draw. Probably it'll be meaty. I can guarantee it. And obviously, it's at Exeter, so it'll be very close. It's a close knit ground, so it'll be very. It will be very loud, very feisty.
Yeah.
Behind the goal's quite close as well to the pitch. So.
Be interesting to see that one.
Plymouth goal, being the Exeter goalkeeper behind that goal.
It's actually the first South Wales derby next weekend as well for years.
Oh,
Swansea.
Cardiff. Yeah. I'll be watching. Is that on telly? Could be on telly?
Oh, that'll be on telly. Absolutely will be.
Definitely watch that.
That'll be on Sky. Just so you know, guys, Focus 10, there is none. My questions, there is none. I've noticed a bit of a pattern. Whenever Focus 10 comes on, I notice the viewers go down. Whenever my questions come in, the viewers go down. The only time the viewers go up is for the trivia. So the trivia's here. I've got 4 juicy ones for you today. But from here on until about the 40th minute, it is all you. You provide the material for the stream. So I'm not even going to entertain it. James Edwards, amazing win yesterday. It wasn't an amazing win, as in we played awesome.
It's a game you should have won, I think.
A game we absolutely should have won without a doubt. But I like the fact that there's obviously still a lot more to come from this team. A lot more. And we're still third, 3 points off top of the game in hand. You know, and we haven't even hit our top form yet. I think we've only seen us at our best against Plymouth, Mansfield, West Ham and Swindon away, I think, to be honest with Forest Green away. They're the only games I feel we've played, not even to our maximum, but we've played really well.
It's a shame we didn't give you more of a game. That's more than the issue, because we were just awful on the day. So,
levels though, mate, levels. Matthew Marsden, evening both. As a Newport fan, which one would you rather lose, Hammond or Flynn? I couldn't make up my mind. That's got to be an easy one, mate. I mean, I love Podge, but I'd much sooner lose Podge over Flynn. Not that I want to lose anybody.
Well, I would say lose Podge because at the end of the day, Podge is 31 now. He's slowly comes to the end of his career. Yeah. So and Flynn is the one is the guy that's is the main man.
Yeah, so. It's all about Flynn at the moment, isn't it? Yeah. You know, he's the man. He's the man that's making it happen. The Newport Miracle Man, I call him. Yeah. Naughty Bandit tonight. Yeah, you're telling me. Where's our moderators? Chris Ball, you're a half-ass. Don't even need to think. Yeah, so that's obviously on the Podge or Flynn. Right.
We all know Flynn.
Hey Taff, new to the channel, love the content. Thank you, Gomez. Whereabouts are you coming from then, Gomez? I'm going to hazard a guess that it's going to be a Spanish type country. And if so, what team do you support? You know, let's learn a little bit more about you guys.
More Brazilian, isn't it?
Gomez, yes. That could be. I suppose a Spanish/Portuguese type influence type country, South America somewhere maybe. Well, I went to Stevenage versus Grimsby last week. Grimsby were bad. Ipswich were not playing. Stevenage or Grimsby were bad. Right, so Ipswich weren't playing obviously because of the so Ipswich weren't playing, so obviously because of internationals. So obviously you went to go and watch Stevenage and Grimsby. Fair enough.
It's like me and my granddad used to do this. Whenever Swindon weren't playing, we used to go and watch Salisbury. So that was always what we used to do.
So was Weedy cycling on the spinner in Barhamber? To be honest with you, I've never seen Weedy in Barhamber. Talk about being a half-ass supporter. I mean, not even supporting the club's pub, for God's sake.
I'll tell you what, I went into Barhamber, I think it was last week, maybe the week before, and it's quite entertaining because when there's guys doing 5 drinks and then all of a sudden getting it across the head of a bat.
Yeah.
I was there like, what's going on here?
That's the halves challenge, that is, mate. So we're in Barhamber, right? If it's somebody's birthday or, you know, if they're on a stag do or something like that, they always make them do the halves challenge. And I think it's 6 half. I think it's a half pint of everything, of every single tab. So Guinness, all the ciders, all the lagers and everything like that. So they're all lined up. So what happens is you're down one, you're wearing like a police riot helmet,
Yeah.
and there's a riot bat as well. So when you're downing them, you're wearing this police riot helmet, and they whack you on the head with the bat in between each one, and then you're timed how quickly you do it. I don't know where they got it from. Knowing that lot, they probably stole it during a riot away at Mansfield or something like that. But no, it's good fun to watch. I've got to be fair. Neil Wilmot, yes, mate, it's all good, excellent, and it's always rabbit food. Yes, nice one. I do literally see him in there all the time, and my mate Matt works in there as well, and he does tell me that he gets a lot of the gossip from Robbie as well. So living in Morrison's, he must live close to me because I live just across the way from there. So Neil, do you ever visit Newport? If so, if you ever come for a game, you have to come and say hello. I do the half-time draw on the main gate. Come and say hello, mate. James Edwards, don't know how Man United didn't get smashed. Well, the reason they didn't get smashed is because they actually played really well. I was quite surprised by their performance.
That's probably the first Premier League game I actually sat through for a while, and I was quite shocked. The thing, I always had a hunch today. I thought United weren't going to lose. For some reason, I just knew, because it's one of those games. Liverpool, 16 wins on the bounce, 17 wins on the bounce, something like that.
So it was 17 on the bounce, it was, and if Liverpool had won today, they would have equalled Man City's 18 in a row.
It's going to be a long way to get back to that, isn't
it? Yeah. No doubt Liverpool are capable of
going
on a run similar to that, but you're not going to win 18 games in a row. No one's ever going to do that again. It's not going to happen.
When Chelsea did it, they won 13 in a row, and we thought that wasn't going to be.
So, I mean, if Liverpool are going to win the league, it's going to be this year. With Man City's defence as suspect as it is, they're going to drop points through the season.
I quite like the way City set up, because City like playing high up in people's faces. The defenders were only halfway line. Like they had Rodri and Fernandinho in centre backs. I thought that worked really well.
It did work really well, and to be honest with you, I didn't think it was going to.
No.
I really didn't think it was going to work for them. I thought to go to Palace, I was quite naive to go there without a recognised centre back, considering the kind of attacking threat Palace can potentially have, especially in their own ground, with their supporters as loud as they are. But no, it worked out for them in the end. I mean, they got the win. They were convincing. They dominated the game.
As well, so they dominated every part.
You can't rule Man City out. Any Liverpool fan that thinks they won the league already is deluded.
Just think if what was it? When are Liverpool playing City? Because
I can't think when it is.
City win that, 3 points behind again, and then then the pressure's on again for Manchester.
Yeah.
So.
To be honest with you, at Anfield, I think it's going to be a different level of atmosphere, and I think Liverpool will get the win at Anfield, but it'll be a lot like when City won it the Etihad last season. The atmosphere was similar.
That game was intense.
Yeah. So guys, 19 of you in, only 2 likes. I rake the likes up, and we're going to catch up on all your comments now. North Devon Grecian, what do you think the score will be for the Devon derby on Saturday?
1-0.
Good shape. Yeah, I can see it being a both teams to score game. I think it'll be 1-1 on goals and red cards.
Oh, okay. I'd probably 1 red card, and I'd most likely get red carded. It's probably is it Bowman, the big guy up front?
Mm-hmm.
He just seems quite a ruffian. He just seems like he gets in spaces.
Bit like Norwood when he was at Tranmere. Yeah. FA Cup. Who do you both want? So you want Bristol Rovers?
I want the bye.
I want the smallest team possible at home.
With our record in the FA Cup.
I say this every year when it comes to the FA Cup, and yes, I will be giving you the reaction draw live tomorrow night, so make sure you're there for that. And make sure you guys who are regulars help promote the channel and get the people who are coming in to subscribe to this channel. It's awesome, because the more subscribers we get, the closer we get to 3,000. I've still got a signed shirt ready to give away. So as soon as we get 3,000, there is a signed shirt from last season ready to go to one of you. So let's get these subscribers up, guys. Let's get them up. But yeah, the smallest club possible at home, so we can smash them, move through the second round, and then again, the smallest club possible at home, smash them, third round, in the draw with the big boys, and that's where the money is.
I just want the bye. That's what I want. I just don't want.
Is there a bye?
Yeah, because Bury not in it. There's going to be a bye.
Oh, there's going to be a bye.
So I want that. Because
the bye works for me. The bye works for me. We haven't made
it to the third round of the FA Cup since 2012.
Oh, look at Nick Muller going on there. Newport versus Ipswich. I'd rather not. I mean, I'd fancy us to win, mind you. I'd fancy us at home to win.
Good defence, be a good attack. So it'll be a very It's one of those games. It's like Swindon Newport all over again.
Yeah.
So
Paul Dixon is in. How's it going, Paul? You alright, mate? Kean Leith, are you doing the draw tomorrow? Just answered that one. Happy days. Labs, I reckon the more people will leave with that, to be honest, mate. So what do you mean, mate? What do you think people will leave with? What draws should we look out for tomorrow? Well, that's the thing. You know, who could draw who? I mean, you got the likes of Sunderland in this draw now. You got, as you say, Ipswich. You know, there's some big clubs still kicking about in there.
Ipswich, Colchester.
Could be a.
So
I mean,
that could be a big cup match.
the thing is, right, if you're looking for a big draw, for us Newport to get a big draw, you know, you are looking at someone like a Pompey at home. You know, you definitely want a home draw. You want to go away. If you're going away, you want to go away to a non-league. I quite enjoy non-league clubs away.
I don't fancy non-league away because they always, because if it's their first round, like you see it on Friday night FA Cups all the time, the non-league teams like always seem to be ready for it, and they always seem to give them a nightmare. And usually, what I've noticed is usually the non-league teams actually knock out the big ones.
It happens, yeah, but then it just depends how you approach the game.
I mean, playing at our place.
Our approach to the game. I mean, even at home, you know, you see the giant killings happening, but then you get the right approach. I mean, we approach the games in the right way. You know, we approached Met Police. We didn't go there expecting to win, and you could tell that because we started really poorly against them. But we came into the game and ended up winning it. You know, comfortably in the end.
It's a shame you see these Prem teams don't take it seriously. And whenever I see a Premier League team that make 9 changes against these lower league teams, I'm happy they get knocked out because I think that's just the arrogance kicking in, and I think they deserve to be knocked out 100%.
Absolutely.
I mean, you've got to show the other teams respect because just go. Leicester didn't actually pull their weaker side out, though, did they? I mean, they started with Okazaki and they started with.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't put a weak side out. I mean, that Chowdhury played. They had Wes Morgan playing.
Johnny Evans played at the back.
Yeah, they went with a good team. Simpson at right back, so they didn't play a bunch of donkeys or anything like that.
No.
But
neither did City, but that's why I respect City is that they played their best team.
They played a really good team in there. I mean, they didn't play Aguero, they didn't play De Bruyne.
But they still had Jesus, and they still had.
Well, that's the thing. They don't have to play their best players, and they still got some phenomenal players playing there. You know, so say Jesus.
And Foden made a difference for them.
Foden was a different class. I thought he was excellent. I don't know why he's not playing more for them.
Did you see the meme that someone roasted him? Because he put a picture up on Instagram saying "keep going." He was in playing against Crystal Palace, and then someone screenshotted it and put a Twitter thing in saying the best 73 seconds of your life. And he actually roasted him for it. And I was like, oh. So next week, hopefully you get 100 seconds, mate.
Yeah. So Labs is saying, "Where's Kev been months?" Yeah, well, Kev was free last weekend, but I had to remind him, well, Wales are playing. I can't do the stream because I have no one watching because they're going to be watching the Wales game. And I wanted to watch the Wales game anyway. Paul Dixon, I'm hearing rumours about Joe Ledley joining the playing staff. Any thoughts? I've heard the same rumours. But now he's still a free agent, Joe Ledley. I've heard rumours of Joe Ledley joining us. I've heard the same rumours, although after consulting people who were in the hospitality areas, people who actually work for the club, it turns out that Joe Ledley apparently wasn't even at the game yesterday. But I mean, I might give Gavin Foxall a cheeky text and ask him.
His wages must be a bit big, don't you think, to get him?
But that's the thing, though. I mean, at the moment, his wages are 0.
Yeah, true, but
he either play for the county on the wages, or we can afford to pay him, or he can not play and not get paid. He can
easily be snapped up by League One club if they notice. So.
Well, I mean, they've had plenty of time to get him, haven't they? But that's the thing, though. I mean, if he joined us on a non-contract basis as well, though, and got a couple of games for us, and that's why I've always said about Boney. If he's been training with us, why not sign for us on non-contract? Yeah. So why not sign for us on non-contract, play a couple of games, and get noticed that way, rather than wait for them to come to you? Showcase yourself. Ledley could potentially do the same. Get us a few points, build us up on a bit of goal difference.
It's like you wouldn't believe some defenders I've noticed that are free agents, because we're desperate for defenders at Swindon. Anton Ferdinand still free agent. Yeah. I'm thinking how? So he's League 2 level, he'd be brilliant. Yeah. So I don't know how it's probably wages.
Why not?
Asking too much, but
why not? So. Look, County ain't been out of 3rd, 4th gear this season. I agree with that. There's more to come, definitely.
It's a bit slow to me sometimes. That's what I've noticed.
Heard McNamara had a decent game yesterday. He absolutely did. He was very, very good yesterday, McNamara, as per usual. I mean, he has had 1 or 2 poor games, but you know, anyone's going to have a poor game from time to
Everyone
time.
has it.
You know, but you know,
Hodge
he's
has
been
not been the
excellent.
same for the last couple of weeks, but he's slowly getting back.
I mean, Luke Kennedy mentioning Ben White there. Even Ben White had a couple of poor games. I remember he was awful against Luton away. He got absolutely torn to pieces Luton away, but he learned from it, you know.
If you go, thing is with Ben White, 100% I can see him being English international. I can see it. He is something else. He's the modern day centre back that can play the ball with his feet. But the thing is, he cannot go to Liverpool now. He needs to get through this Leeds season, go back to Brighton, get 2 whole seasons out of playing for Brighton, and then see how he copes in the Premier League. Because going straight to Liverpool with Matip, Lovren, obviously Van Dijk, and then Gomez in front of him.
But they're talking of Lovren moving on.
But still, that makes 3 in front of him. Still
3 in front, but then 2 centre backs play.
Yeah.
And then Jurgen Klopp doesn't always play the same team.
No. But I think it's too much of a risk for him. I think he needs to have 2 years with Brighton before.
But then at the same time, if he's going to be an England international, then surely he should be able to push for that place.
Yeah, and he's got to play. He's got to play. So he's got to play these games.
Have Wales blown their chances after draws in international break? I think Slovakia they should have won.
Yeah. Won that game.
I think Croatia. I thought they played a lot better in the second half than the first half. First half was one of the worst I've ever seen Wales play, and probably should have been down by a lot more than just one. Second half, they were absolutely out of this world. So it just goes to show, you know, football is definitely a game of 2 halves. Don't think you've won it at half time.
It's close. It's going to be. It's a lot to ask for, but never say never in football. Never say never, because you never know. Croatia might lose the next 2 games. And who have Wales got next? They got 2 games left, is it?
Yeah, 2 games left, I believe. It's Azerbaijan and Hungary.
See,
Azerbaijan away, Hungary at home.
Azerbaijan's winnable, but like I say, you did draw with them at home. So
Wales need to win both of those games and hope Slovakia get pumped by Croatia, which could well happen.
Yeah,
quite easily.
Quite hard in that stuff, so I can't see him being a walkover.
So George WB is in. Hello from Miami. Hello, George. Did you guys win in the end? I know you were winning, weren't you? You were away to... Who were you away to? You were winning away... I can't think who you were away to. Obviously, you know, so you'll tell me now. I mean, who was winning that shirt? Oh, Labs fancies it. He's the one that wins everything, is EW Labs. But if you win the shirt on merit, you win the shirt on merit. But don't think it's a given, mate. Matthew Marston, do you do the Super 6 Taff? I did yesterday and got 21 points, and Jeff Stelling only had 6. I do the Super 6, but I do tend to forget to do it sometimes, which is why I'm in the same league as Henry, and which is why I'm down towards the bottom.
I've missed 2 weeks, and I was top at one stage as well.
I've missed 3, and I was top at one stage in that league as well. But then I nearly cried yesterday because I was in the pub with Lloyd and Ollie. And I nearly cried because I'd forgotten to do it, and I knew I'd be getting some sarky messages from Lucy, Leanne's sister.
I'm bottom now.
I think you are, mate. Actually,
so I'm like 1 minute. I'm like, oh. Then again, Lucy. She gets it right every week.
All right, Lucy's smashing it. Lucy's actually top of the Amber Army Prediction League as well.
Nah, she's psychic. I've already told her. So you need to stop doing it. It's not fair because it's not fair.
She needs to tell me who's going to win football matches beforehand, so I can win a bunch of money.
One of these days she'll win the 250k. I'm gonna tell you now.
So Cian Leith would like Yeovil Town home. Lots of away fans. Not really, no, would they? I'd rather Wrexham home if I was the case. If we're looking to get away fans through the door, or Notts County at home, so someone like that. But then I wouldn't want to tempt fate with that kind of thing. Wrexham at home would smash them. Wrexham away, I wouldn't fancy that again.
No, they're just part of the best, probably more.
So lads, remember last season I wouldn't like Yeovil at home. We had the 6-0. Jesus.
That won't happen again. That was a fluke, surely.
Oh, guess what? I fucking had us to win that day as well. Yeah, donkeys of the fucking week. Me. Always choose the donkeys. Nick Muller, how does the buy work? Is it last name out of the hat or what? Or is buy going to be a number?
Buy could be a number, yeah.
Buy could be a number.
That'd be a fairer way of doing it, wouldn't it?
James Edwards wants to play Bolton there. There's a shade. That could be a win-win. That could really be a win-win there, Bolton, because first of all, we'd probably beat them.
And they got Flitcroft.
And second of all, it would be, you know, if it's at home, they'd bring a crowd with them. If it was away, there'd be a crowd and it'd be a stadium that none of us have ever really done before. That could be a win-win. Bolton away. I'm pining for that one.
Or it could be embarrassing to lose because of the state they're in.
But would we? Have they won a game so far in the league this season? They haven't.
That's why I say never say never because they could. the FA Cup could be their way out of things.
So, Nick Muller, I want anyone but Sunderland. It's too far, but I will go to Carlisle as it's a ground I always wanted to go to.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
So, Luke Canty, Borough. Oh, yeah, 1-1-0 versus Borough. Thank you, guys. Carno with a proper scrappy goal. Hey, look, they all came, mate. Lab's joking about the shirt, but I'll definitely be in it to win it. That's a great attitude, mate. And the sooner we get to 3,000 subscribers, the better. So, if you want to get that 3,000 subscribers up, get the channel out there. We got to push this, guys. What's been happening with the Fantasy League, Taff? Oh, fucking hell, our Fantasy League, I forgot all about that. I'm going to have a little look at that. I'm going to have a little look at that later. I've actually forgotten all about it.
Just let me know. I'm bottom for like all of it, and I think you're only 13 points ahead of me now.
Is it?
You've dropped right down. You have.
I always do every season. So, I always do. I always have a good start, but then I go
smash at the start and then
fall through the fucking floor. Honestly.
I think I scored the most points for the first time this week, but.
Right, so Paul Dixon saying the last team in the hat gets the free hit into the second round. I'd quite fancy that actually. As much as I want to have, a game, I quite fancy that because it'll give me an opportunity to get out and do a bit more Christmas shopping. I mean, when we had no game last weekend, that's what me and Leanne did. We went out and started our Christmas shopping, and that'll give me that opportunity again.
Yeah,
so George WBA saying that West Brom are 2 points clear at the top now. A lot of results favoured us. Well, there you go. Although West Brom, I felt, were one of the teams who I felt would be up there.
Well, any team with Charlie Austin up front will definitely go up. So that's just me being.
West Brom and Leeds, they're going to go up automatic. And hey, Swansea for the playoffs.
Worth a shout. I reckon they could do it. Swansea. I think Swansea are one of those that 90% chance to go up. I think they will.
Paul Dixon saying Wrexham could be one for S4C for TV broadcasts, more revenue for the club. I tell you what, away to the smallest team in the thing, so we get some TV money, or home to the smallest team in it. But you tend to find that is usually when a team are at home, a small team are at home, they get the Cup Kings against the smallest team in there because Newport County they'll see as a scalp because of what we've done. I'm bigging up the county obviously now, but you never know. Who wins next week, Cardiff versus Swans? Who's at home?
I don't know, but I think no matter what, I think Swans are going to win because Cardiff are poor. I think Cardiff are shocking, to be honest. I can't see Cardiff going up this year. I think they're just a mid-table side now.
Crawley at home on Tuesday, hopefully a good crowd. Yeah, the thing is, right, I really fancy us for Crawley at home because Crawley's form, I mean, they're in 13th at the moment. They've won 5 games, and I think that's mainly to do with their home form. I don't think they've done it. They've done sod all the way.
We've got them away on Saturday.
It's a toughie that one is, mate. Away to Crawley's tough. Right, so we got some crappy stuff there going on.
Go on the Apprentice.
So Henry, I want you to pick a subject while we're waiting for somebody else because we caught up and we've done pretty well there. We've come to the half-hour mark.
VAR.
Oh my God, we always talk about VAR on this, don't we? There we go. Stevenage don't sell programs, download only. Not sure if they're first to do this.
Southampton used to do that. Southampton used to do it when we went with Swindon all the time. We could never find a program, but now they started bringing it back out now.
Yeah, but why would you do a downloadable program? That's just absolute crap, That's part and parcel of your day at the football,
I have in my cupboard. I've got stacked loads of programs what I used to cut over the years. So
I mean, at the end of the day, well, what are they going to do? They're going to have downloadable fucking pies. You buy a pie, so you look at a fucking picture of it, or buy one when you go to the nearest fucking shop or something like that. I mean, going in at the Grange, getting yourself a pie or a burger or something like that, a program, a fucking raffle ticket or whatever it is, it's all part and parcel of your match day experience. I mean, I don't buy programs at home. But I buy programs away when somebody wants me to bring one back for them. Otherwise, I fucking lose them. Otherwise, I buy them. I always lose programs. The last time I bought a program, I paid a freaking tenner for it. It was on the coach to Barrow before we went to Wembley to play against York in the FA Trophy final. And I left her on the bus because I was absolutely steaming. And when I say steaming, I was absolutely blot. Oh, I mean, I was gone. I was absolutely out of it. I'd been drinking from 4 in the morning because Barrow for all the freaking conferences, freaking wisdom, decided to put Newport County away to Barrow as a 1:30 kickoff.
Ooh.
A 1:30 kickoff in Barrow. 5 hours there, 5 hours back.
Nah, that's not fair.
So we left at 4 in the morning. Well, we didn't leave at 4 in the morning. We met in the pub at 4 in the morning, and the first pint I had hit my lips at about 4:10. And then I drank a pint. We left at 4:30, and then on the bus I had a crate of 15 cans.
Mental.
I drank probably about 5 of them on the way up. No, probably more than that. Say I don't remember because I was steaming. I think I must have had about 3 or 4 pints up there because we had a couple of pints in the pub before the game because we left so early and there was no traffic. We got there rather early, so we went into a pub, drank a couple of pints, went into the game, and because we didn't want to leave straight away, we had a couple of pints in their clubhouse at the end of the game. So I drank 5 pints, probably about 5 cans, and on the bus I drank the rest of the cans throughout the trip back, and then after we got back, then I went out on the piss in town.
Sounds like a mental away day.
And guess what? The next day, the very, very next day, right? The very, very next day, I had my first day in a new job starting on a 12-hour night shift the next day. I woke up, I started at 6. I woke up at 5 o'clock and I felt fucking minging. And I was like, this was a fucking bad idea. And I went in there and it was a 12-hour shift in a clean room environment as well. So I was all decked out and all this PPE stuff and a mask over my face so I couldn't breathe properly and everything like that. I literally, right, fell asleep standing. I had to punch a bit of information because I put these freaking circuit board things in this like oven thing and I had to punch what circuit boards I put in. And as I was typing away, fucking fell asleep standing up. My legs gave way. That was the longest 12 hours of my life. You think right at the very beginning I was hanging. Can you imagine 12 hours later through the night on your first night shift?
Nah.
Jeez,
That's
Jesus.
Nah.
Anyway, I think we've burnt a bit of time for you guys to have put some things in. I hope you enjoyed the story.
It's still touchy. So.
Naughty, please don't talk about that. There we go. Millwall, after watching County a few times this season, I ain't seen anyone better than the promotion has got to happen this season, defo. If we keep it up, why not? If we keep it up.
I just think that's why I think this season probably the FA Cup run's not good because the last 2 seasons the FA Cup run has hindered your league progress. So probably this year the FA is your best without the FA Cup.
Yeah.
Because then you can stick with the league a bit more. What we've been trying to say is Swindon now sod the cups because we don't need them, and then it still hasn't worked. So it's just we're faltering away.
Unfortunately, we need the money. So. We got to keep filling that bank account.
I'll tell you what, we've Swindon. There's been a lot of news that apparently an American firm wants to take over Swindon now. I'm like, and apparently they got lots of money. I'm like, okay, but then the club are now saying that there's been no offer made, but then there's sources from inside the club saying they have been in contact with American buyers. I'm like, okay, so
now if they're going to invest in the infrastructure of the club to make the club better sustainable, then good luck to you on that. If they're going to fund you through the leagues, people probably know I'm firmly against that. Salford City, it's great to see them doing so badly.
But we've always been a football league club, so that's where. So it's not like.
So it's not like you bought your way into the big time. You are big time.
We was Premier League and all that. So
but
it's not like
the thing is, you got it there to rise through the leagues on merit as long as everything's working well in the background.
But it's not because we're not being funded properly. So that's the issue. Because like. The reason why signings come in late is because apparently the chairman doesn't want to pay them through August month. And not August, July month, So it's like...
Salford and Forest Green are currently operating on about £3 to £4 million losses every year.
Yeah.
And people have a pop at me saying, oh yeah, but you didn't say anything when Les Scadding was funding County. We were operating on about a 300k loss under Les Scadding. That's a big fucking difference. And besides, the season got promoted. Anyone who tries to tell me that we got promoted because of Les Scadding's money is fucking delusional, because the majority of that promotions... The majority of that promotion squad was put together before Les Scadding got involved with the club. So Aaron O'Connor had been signed by them, Byron Anthony had been signed by then, Tony James, Andy Sandell, Lenny Pidgley, Pipey was already there, Flinney was already there, all that squad got put together before Les Scadding came in.
When did Scadding come in then?
Les Scadding came in a few months into the season, so the move to Ronnie Parade had already happened as well.
Right, okay.
So
Got confused then, because I thought it was Les Scaddon that was there to get.
No. Howard Greenaff and Chris Blight sorted out the deal to get us into Ronnie Parade.
Okay. I
Then
didn't know that.
then they Chris Blight left after the outrage from the rejection of Matt Seithel's consortium takeover bid.
Okay.
So Les Scadding then decided to come in as chairman, but the squad was put together. We were already a few games into the season.
Okay.
Probably because we'd started so well. We won our first 4 games.
Yeah.
You know,
that
because
Hereford win as well. I remember I was watching that, and I was there watching it. It was a packed out crowd.
I'll tell you what, that's 2 of the best goals I've ever seen at Ronnie Parade still.
Smashing one in the top bins.
And then obviously you had Aaron O'Connor from that angle then as well. But that Sandell goal was something else. That still stands as the greatest goal I've ever seen at Ronnie Parade. Other than that, then I think Darren Jones's goal against York City, where he spanked it at the top corner. That was one of the best goals I'd seen.
I know he had a good shot on him, but I can't think what goal.
Mark Burns' goal against Blackburn was decent as well.
I like that one.
Here's one for you guys. If you're a county fan, what was your favourite goal at Ronnie Parade? Let's catch up on some of these. So Paul Dixon fires Mickey from return of the squad. I actually saw him yesterday. He's walking now.
He's out of his boat, isn't he?
He's not running yet though. I did ask him if he's got running yet. He said no, not yet, but soon. I'd say about a month away probably. Do you think that Ole Solskjaer, Pochettino, Martin Silva will get sacked before the end of the season? I do personally. Personally, I don't think Pochettino gets sacked. Pochettino's going to end up being Real Madrid manager in about a month or so.
Poch has done enough to deserve not to get the sack. I mean, getting Tottenham 2 seasons without buying anyone and still competing. That's you can't sack someone for that. Marco Silva, I think that was a bit of a dodgy one for everything to go for.
Yeah, I think it was a poor choice anyway. Ole probably wasn't a poor choice because of his reputation at Man United, and because of the winning run that he went on, well, the unbeaten run, should I say?
Yeah.
No, he deserved the job. He got the job on merit. He wasn't there to be.
And he needs to have time as well. Like Poch has had time. Poch had time to bring in the youth, develop the youth, and also bring in a couple of signings. I mean, that's what Ole needs to do as well, because he's got the backroom side with Phelan's there, who worked with Fergie.
Yeah.
And you got Carrick there, who has a knowledge of. I think he was in the academy as well. That's United. So
no, Carrick wasn't in the academy, mate. Like, Carrick came through West Ham, didn't he?
No, like working.
Oh, he was working with the academy.
So he has an idea of who's coming through. So you've got, the thing is, as a manager, you've got to have a good team around you. Like County, you've got Hatswell and you've got Lane Lawrence, a good team around you. And United, they need that's where it's got to be. They've got to have a team that works together and understands that how each other work. And
fair dues.
But United just need to probably give Ole another season. If it's still the same as this season.
But what Ole needs to do is really put his stamp on things, because he seems to have taken on from Mourinho and not changed an awful lot.
No, he's got to get rid of certain players like Pogba. He's got to get rid of him.
Pogba's got to go.
He's got to go. He's a nuisance.
The money they'll get from Pogba, right? They'll probably go out and buy 3 players who will actually improve their squad as a whole, and they won't have that prima donna in midfield.
And what annoys me is that people slate Maguire. I think Maguire is
he's a good defender.
He's a good defender. I mean, I'm thinking like Lloyd's going to be looking at this now. So I've got to mention again. Well, the thing is, Lloyd, this is what I'm saying to you now, mate. He says that Maguire is awful. The thing is, when Maguire is awful is when he's playing. He's not awful because he's doing a lot more when he's playing for England. Because when you've got Keane alongside you, Maguire has to do so much more to back up for Keane, because Keane is.
I tell you what, right? Jamie Carragher summed it up really well when it comes to centre back partnerships. What you tend to find is that you've got a big brother and a little brother in a centre back partnership, and Harry Maguire now has to be the big brother to Lindelof, and Harry Maguire is more of a little brother defender. Like Van Dijk is a big brother defender. Like Laporte is a big brother defender at Man City. But Maguire had to be the big brother at Leicester. But is he worthy of being a big brother at Man United?
Well, see, United maybe need to get. I think United need to get another centre back, and I personally think that new guy so far for Leicester, that I can't think of his name. He's got a very complicated name. You know the one I'm on about. I know. You know who he is when you see him play. I can't think of his name, but he's doing bits now for Leicester. He looks solid.
Cool.
But that's a good partnership, maybe.
So then, guys, we're going to catch up on what you guys have said here. So there we go. We're going to catch up on what you guys have said here, and then it's time for the trivia. And Henry hasn't seen it yet, so it'll be good to get him involved in it and all. Paul Dixon, good to see Nathan Jones turning the corner at Stoke. Really good to see Peter Coates, Stoke chairman, supporting a young manager. He could have got the sack weeks ago. And I think I think it's a really, really important step as far as keeping managers is concerned, because it just goes to show that people can turn it around.
Yeah.
They can, if they're given the time. Too often, they're chopped from their position without being able to change anything.
And the way I see it is, it just shows weakness. I think it shows panic from the board. I think you need to have, because it doesn't give managers a lot of confidence when they go for the next job, because they think, oh, I'm going to get sacked for getting a couple of bad results, and then they don't have that strength to be a leader, sort of thing. If they, you know what I'm saying, if they're bad, if they have bad run, they'd be like, oh, I'm going to get a sack soon, so I don't know what to do now. So they got to give managers time to work a solution around. Obviously, they've done it with Nathan Jones, and he's got 2 wins, and 2 wins is actually quite good in the championship, because 2 wins can get you from 17th up to 8th. So it's
unreal, isn't it? Yeah. So it's good to see. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Nathan Jones as a person, but as a manager, he has done well with Luton, and he could do well with Stoke if he was given the time. He has been, and it's paying off. It's starting to, at least, anyway. Who do you think will go down League 2? I hope Morecambe go down. I've just always had a hatred for them.
I'd love it if Mansfield went down.
When Mansfield went happy. Jeez.
No, Morecambe are like Wigan when they're in the Premier League. They survive every year on so little, and that's the thing is we got different views on Morecambe, because I like Morecambe because they're sustainable. They haven't spent money in 6 years, and they've kept going and kept going. They've relied on the fans' supports coming through the gates, keeping them.
I completely admire all that kind of thing. It's just some of their fans were wankers, and their players and staff are wankers. Their club are full of wankers. Kev Allison. He's actually alright. I actually got to have a chat with him after the Morecambe game away last season.
I had a chat with him this season when he came down Morecambe against us, but I was going to go down and see him. As soon as I walked down, he jogged off somewhere else. I was like,
he's a really good guy, mate. He really is a good guy. He's just a wind up. He likes his banter and all that.
He knows
so what Weedy is on about, we're not going to be discussing that tonight. Swindon fan talking about Premier League. Oh, there we go.
Well, at least all I can say is we know the taste of it. So.
Well, you don't. You were too fucking young to know even know what it was about.
At least the club's got taste.
So we go Butler versus Wrexham. Smashing finish versus Wrexham on my birthday.
I missed that goal. I turned away for 2 seconds.
And you missed it.
And I looked up and the ball's in the net. I was like, who else did that? And then Lloyd was going, all the boys go, what a goal, what I didn't even see it. And there we are. So.
Who remembers Ben Swallow's goal against Southport?
No, not me.
Ben Swallow versus Southport, and we were 1-0 down, and we pulled it back, and he scored in the 93rd, 94th minute. It was one of those last kick of the game, and it was a top bins type as well.
He's a player I actually quite liked, was Ben Swallow. He was quite a tricky player. I remember him. Arms covered in tattoos when he was that one.
Jazzy Barn and right back skinned 3 to 4 players from the halfway line and scored about 2 seasons ago. That was against Brackley in the replay.
Yeah, that was good. That goal, yeah.
Frank Newblay goal against Chesterfield. That's a good one. I'm liking this. Frank
Newell's goal against Cambridge in that last game, that was quite a good one. Where the cross came in and he siphon volleyed it into the top corner on the other side. That was a good one.
Paul Dixon, John Parkin from the halfway line against Plymouth. There's another good one.
Was it actually the halfway line though?
It was close enough.
Yeah. See, fat bastards can't play football.
Labs, so talking with the weirdos, mate, you crack on. Taff, we're going to trivia today, coming right up actually, mate, very soon, as soon as I caught up on all these. We're nearly there, all talking crap. Paul Dixon, something sensible there. Chris, any chance you can do some player interviews after a home fixture to show on a recorded podcast? I'm working on this, mate. I'm battling with the club media team to try and make something like that happen. I'm actually trying to get playing staff, managerial staff, board members, people like that to come on this as it goes. So fingers crossed. Dolan versus Stevenage was a good one. Yeah, I enjoyed that one last season. Will Flynn rotate for Tuesday? I doubt it. He doesn't rotate in the league, does he?
Why?
Only when we played Grimsby before the Middlesbrough game, and it paid off. So, it is time, trivia time. Right then, here we go. Trivia number 1. Which 5 players played in Liverpool's 2016 and 2018 European final defeats? So in 2016 they lost in the Europa League final against Sevilla. 2018 they lost in the Champions League final against Real Madrid. 5 players played in both.
Oh, I can't see him now, can I? I don't think. I need paper.
5 players played in both. I tell you what, I'm going to hide this. I'm going to go and get a pen and a bit of paper for our main man here. There we go.
I know, I'm not taking a mate, but that's quite a funny answer. What was he, 15?
No, I don't think it was Trent's, mate. Hey, I guess something for Henners to lean on, innit? Okay, so we're getting some answers coming through. Some are correct, some aren't. But don't worry. Right, that'll do.
Usually utility bills.
No, they're not ours.
Oh, right.
Previous tenants.
I'm going to go with...
Right then, so we're going to let Henry write his down, and then I'm going to go through your answers.
Oh, I could be wrong with that one, actually. No, 'cause he went.
So we're going to wait for Henry. Right then. So this is what Henry has said then. Henry has said Henderson, Firmino, Matip, Lovren and Mane. I can tell you now that you got 2 correct.
The way you're doing that, I thought you...
Correct. So Luke County says Hendo. Incorrect.
Really?
Trent is incorrect. James Milner is correct. James Milner is correct. Lovren, Henderson, Milner, Sturridge. Only 2 correct there, Lovren and Milner. Matip is incorrect. Chan is correct. Henderson is correct. Firmino is correct. So, Weedy is asking what the question is. Which 5 players played in Liverpool's 2016 and 2018 European final defeats? So we've got to realise is in 2016 it was the 2015-16 season, and then obviously the other one was the 2017-18 season. So Milner, Henderson, Lovren, Matip. So I think all of them have been said. So I can give you the answers now. So it was James Milner, Emre Can, Adam Lallana, Roberto Firmino and Dejan Lovren. Henderson didn't play in the 2016 one. I think he was either injured or suspended. And Mane didn't play because Mane signed the season after. What you said, Matip didn't sign until the season after either. They signed him that season, but on a pre-contract because his contract at Schalke was ending at the end of that season. So have your bit of paper back. Right then. So there we go, guys. Jesus, lots of answers here, lots and lots of answers. There we go. I've given you the correct ones anyway. So here we go. Now, number 2. 6 players won title medals in both the Premier League and the old First Division. Name them.
Oh, God.
So 6 players won title medals in both the Premier League and the old First Division. Name them.
Just players, not managers as well?
Just players. Just players. And there were 6 of them. 6 players.
I can't think of any players.
Rude Hullet. Never gets old, that. Never gets old.
I can't think of anything that one. Come on, I'm born in 97.
We got a tender for everybody. So Hughes is incorrect. What realise is when the Premier League started, it was very much dominated by Manchester United. But Man United barely had a sniff at it when it was the old First Division. So Ian Rush is incorrect.
Oh, okay.
6 players won title medals in both the Premier League and the old First Division. So name them. We got right now. I'll name out the teams who won the last 5 English First Division titles. So in 91-92 Leeds won it. In 1990-91 Arsenal won it. In 1989-90 Liverpool won it. In 1988-89 Arsenal won it. In 1987-88 Liverpool won it. Then In 92-93, which was the first Premier League season, Man United won it. Season after Man United won it. Season after that was Blackburn. Season after that was Man United, then Man United, and then Arsenal. So I think that should tell you everything you need to know with regards to getting this one correct. So are you giving up?
Yeah.
Henry's giving up. He tried Ian Rush, not correct. So Matthew Marsden, Cantona, correct. Because Cantona played for Leeds in 91-92 and was signed for $1 million by Man
I
United.
was thinking of Cantona, but I thought no, 'cause I didn't think he came off. I forgot he played
So
for Leeds.
Fowler is incorrect because he only came into it. Late on. Into Liverpool, so we never played in the old First Division at all. Best, I hope we don't mean George Best. Ian Hart, incorrect. Adams is correct, yes. Tony Adams. Merson is incorrect. Merson had left Arsenal. Merson had left Arsenal before they won the Premier League. So, so far we got Keown is incorrect. Dixon, yes. Dixon won the league with Arsenal in 1990-91. Martin Keown is incorrect. So I think you're pretty much banging at the right door right now when you're coming up with Arsenal players. So far we've had Tony Adams, Lee Dixon and Eric Cantona. There's still another three. Another three. Smith. Alan Smith, no. Ian Wright is incorrect. Sherwood is incorrect. Not a bad shape, mind you, because he won it. Sherwood won it with Blackburn in '95, of course, yeah.
My feelings on Sherwood.
Not a fan?
Nope. When he came to Swindon, oh God.
So David Seaman is correct, yes. David Seaman's one of them. You've got two more to get. So Keane is incorrect, although that's not a bad shape. But Keane was at Nottingham Forest, but Nottingham Forest never won a title. Well, not since they won it with what's his name? Brian Clough in the 70s. Joseph White, come off it. So still two more to go. But you're definitely banging on the right door with the Arsenal players, guys. So keep thinking of Arsenal players if you really need a clue.
Klinsmann. No. No, he's well. It's, no, that's stupid.
Come on, guys. Surely you can think of it. Brian Robson is incorrect. Vieira is incorrect. Vieira was signed in the later 90s by Arsene Wenger. Didn't play for Arsenal back in the early 90s though. Ince is incorrect. Ince would have come from West Ham to Man United. So West Ham weren't title winners. Petit is incorrect. So you've got to think of the Arsenal players who were there before Wenger. I've got a feeling that this stream could go on a while if I don't give you these, because the next two are bloody hard questions. So I think I better give them to you.
No. It's a shout.
Oh, I'm going to give you a clue. They're both Arsenal players.
Oh, no,
They're both Arsenal players. So they both won the title with Arsenal in 1990-91 and in, was it 97-98, I believe, or was it 88-89? 98-89. 98-99. No, that was Man United's one. Nigel Martin is incorrect. Not a bad shape though, because I think he may have. No, I don't think. No, John Lukic was playing for Leeds when they won the league in '92, I believe. So, have I got to give you these answers then, guys? Time is ticking on. It's a school night, and Henry's got to get up in the morning. Right, I'm going to give you the answers, unless Andy Cole's not correct. Who was Arsenal assistant manager in the later years? I don't know. No, that was Man United, Brian Kidd, but Pat Rice was Arsenal assistant for a long time. Ball, there we go, Ball. Yes, Michael Thomas, no, because he moved on to Liverpool before Arsenal won the league in the end. So Steve Bold is correct. There is one more, and he is an Arsenal defender. And if I've got to spell it out for you more or less, he's an Arsenal left back. Anders Limpar, that's not a bad shape, but no, we would have left Arsenal before they ended up winning that league in the end. Played left back for Arsenal for a long time. Have I got to give it to you?
Yeah.
Someone's got to get it. Come on. I'm going to give you 10 seconds, guys. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
10,
4,
9.
3, 2, 1. The final answer is Nigel Winterburn. It's Nigel Winterburn.
Nigel Winterburn.
Mm.
Is that the one that's manager of? Oh no.
I don't think he's a manager. No.
No. Oh,
He's
Who's the manager of QPR now? He used to manage Brentford.
Warburton. You're thinking of
Warburton,
Nigel Winterburn is the last one, guys. So there we go. Nigel Winterburn. Right then. So the last two. Went to West Ham in the end. That's correct. Yeah, Nigel Winterburn did play for West Ham for a little while. So right then. So question number 3. Which Brazilian broke the world transfer record in 1998? And then, if you can tell me who he transferred from and to, and what the transfer fee was, that would be a bit of a bitty bonus for you. But which Brazilian broke the transfer record in 1998? So
I'm going to write down players I know.
So far, I haven't seen a correct answer. Henry's writing a bunch of ones down, but they're all wrong. Milan to Madrid, nope. Kaká, nope. 1998, this was. Cleberson, no. Kaká, no. Roberto Carlos, no. Cafu, no. Ronaldo, no. Rivaldo, no. I thought you were getting the right one then, but no. Roberto Carlos, no. Come on, guys. Surely one of you knows this one. Surely. Broke the world transfer record in 1998. The thing is, someone's going to go and Google it now.
I'm just writing down some Brazilian names here.
Oh, that's it. Broke the world transfer record in 1998. Rivaldo, no.
Any of those?
Yeah, Henry's got it. Henry's got it, but are any of you going to get it? Are any of you guys going to get it?
Which one's it? Really? That's a guess.
But then that's an E, not an E.
Right, okay. Well, that was just a guess.
There we go, Labs has got it. Oh, well, you haven't spelled it right, but it's Danielson. Danielson. And who knows who he moved from? I mean, obviously, Labs, you bound to have Googled it. So tell us who he moved from and to. Right, so I'm just going to tell you this because we can get the last one done before we hit the hour mark then. He moved from Sao Paulo to Real Betis for 18 million in 1997-98 after a glorious World Cup that he had. He was playing for Sao Paulo at the time. He had a great World Cup. And then they had to buy him. Well, no, he actually moved to Betis before the World Cup, sorry. It was before the World Cup. He moved to Real Betis. Now then, just name a Brazilian icons on FIFA. That's for the younger ones, yeah, well done. That's a good idea, but unfortunately, he didn't really do much when he went to Betis. It was a waste of 18 million. He didn't do that well. Right then, so this is a Who Am I? And if somebody gets it, if somebody gets this, I will do a special giveaway if somebody gets this. But not only do you have to get it, oh no, go on, you just got to get it. If you get it, I will do a special one-off giveaway, okay? Because there's only 9 of you left now, and you 9 are going to be regulars of the channel, so you deserve it at the end of the day. It's my way of giving something back to you for your time and dedication to the channel. So this is the final question, and you will get something for it, right? Number 4. I have been a teammate of Matteo Flamini, Wesley Schneider, Arjen Robben, Joe Cole, Nigel Reo-Coker, and Yaya Toure. Who am I? I'm going to hide it so Henry can't see it.
Say the question again.
So I'm going to repeat that one again for Henry's sake and hopefully for your sakes as well. I have been a teammate of Matteo Flamini, Wesley Schneider, Arjen Robben, Joe Cole, Nigel Reo-Coker, and Yaya Toure. Who am I? So De Jong is incorrect. William Gallas is incorrect.
Bottom.
Henry's got it. Henry's got it, and he's got it in one. He's got it almost immediately. And I tell you what, guys, I wasn't expecting anyone to get this one, because
Well, I know why.
as a bit of a biddy bonus, I'm going to be getting you guys to say which team they were playing at together. But I wasn't really expecting any of you to get it right.
I didn't know about, but the rest of them I sort of knew.
Right. Don't worry, guys, while I'm waiting for you. So Ljungberg is incorrect. While I'm waiting for you to give answers, I'm just resuming my game on Championship Manager. Championship Manager 0102. There we go. Waiting patiently for you guys. So if none of you get it, and well, I'm going to give you guys a couple more minutes to get it. But I'm going to repeat the players for Matthew Marsden's sake. So we've been a teammate of Matteo Flamini, Wesley Schneider, Arjen Robben, Joe Cole, Nigel Reo-Coker, and Yaya Toure. Now, if we get the call for clues, I will start giving you clues, but the moment I give a clue is the moment I have to give up the giveaway.
I'll take it.
So, surely one of you know. Sean Wright Phillips is incorrect. Incorrect. Unfortunately. Right then.
So this player was one of my favourite all-time players ever.
Good guy. Really good guy.
He's a legend.
So Wiltshire's incorrect. John Terry is incorrect. Sorry, guys.
He's a legend.
Something tells me you're not going to get this one. Not in time, anyway. We're over the hour mark. I'm giving you guys a bit of time to get this, because I definitely want to give something away to one of you. But, I can't be seen as just throwing things away. You know what I mean? You got to earn this stuff. Carlos Tevez is incorrect.
Good show.
Not a bad shade, actually, but I wouldn't have known how Carlos Tevez ever played with Nigel Reo-Coker, mind you.
True. Yeah.
So, do any of you need me to repeat the players again? So, Lampard is incorrect as well. Although, not a bad shade. Not a bad shade. The only thing was Yaya. Yaya Toure. Lampard would have played with him at Man City when he went on loan there once. Nigel Reo-Coker was the only one for Lampard.
Didn't Nigel Reo-Coker play for West Ham?
Only after Lampard had moved to Chelsea. So, any more clues? There's no clues. So, Carrick is incorrect.
Carrick never played with Yaya Toure.
So, Carrick wouldn't have played with Yaya Toure. Good shout, yep. So, or probably not with Wesley Schneider either. So, Lampard wouldn't have played with Schneider either. Or Matteo Flamini, for that matter.
I don't know. Flamini, is he the one playing for Arsenal?
He did play for Arsenal, yeah. French defensive midfielder. Right then. So Ferdinand, no.
Can I give the answer?
So Henry got the answer, and he got it almost immediately. Now I'm not sure if he saw the answer on my thing or whether he got it by merit, but
Should I tell?
well, not yet. Let's give it to 105. That you've got a minute and a half, guys.
I won't give the answer, but I know why I thought he played. So, but
So Henry figured this one out. Fair play, smashed it. But are you guys going to get it? I mean, you got till the 105 mark to get it. As soon as we hit 105, game's over. So Henry's incorrect. Anton Ferdinand's incorrect. Not a bad shape with some of them though.
Anton Ferdinand never played with Yaya Toure.
Anton Ferdinand would have been part of the QPR team that nearly denied Man City the Premier League on that unbelievable game when Aguero scored the winner.
I remember that day very well. I was at friends on the outskirts of London, and they allowed me to watch it because it was one of the big days, and I was just my head was in my hands because obviously I prefer United over City.
Right, then so Paul Dixon is asking for a clue. You're 30 seconds away from us giving you the answer anyway, so
look at the nationalities of some of the players first.
yeah, you definitely want to look at the nationality. So Matthew Marsden gives up. Barry is incorrect. Labs doesn't know. I've even stumped Labs and Luke. When you stump Labs and Luke, that's it. Joe Cole. Joe Cole's actually one of the players on you. So I'm going to go through the players one more time for you, and I'm going to give you another 30 seconds, right? So he was a teammate of Matteo Flamini,
He's like,
Wesley Sneijder, Arian Robin, Joe Cole, Nigel Reo-Coker, and Yaya Toure. He's a frog. Perez is incorrect. You got till it's 5 minutes into the new era, and you got until the 30 mark. Nicholas Anelka is incorrect. That's not a bad shape.
Not bad shape, thinking of it.
Oh yeah.
No.
Actually, that wasn't a bad one because actually Anelka wouldn't have played with Flamini. Yossi Benayoun is incorrect. But not a bad shape because he would have played at West Ham with Reo-Coker. You'd played at Chelsea with well, actually, no, you wouldn't have played with him. Florian Malouda's not a bad shape, but incorrect. Will Todd's not bad. Kluivert, I think you're all just clutching there, aren't you? Look, okay.
I'll work it. I'll tell him how I worked it around. So.
Right then, I'll tell you what then, right? Don't say too much now. Henry's got the answer, he's going to give you the answer.
The way I worked it out,
Well, hold on a minute, right? Because what we're going to do is a bit of an add-on. We're all going to work out which team he played at with these players.
Right. Okay.
So, do you want to give the answer, Henry?
I know he played with Sneijder at Galatasaray. I know he played with...
Right, well, we'll go that way then, yeah, okay.
Oh, sorry, go on. I know he played with Sneijder at Galatasaray. I know he played with Joe Cole at Chelsea. And he plays, and this is going to give it away now. He played with Yaya Toure with the Ivory Coast.
Yeah, so he wasn't a frog.
So,
he was from the Ivory Coast.
everyone's going to get it now. I guarantee it.
Mathieu Flamini, he played with at Marseille. And in the same season, Arsenal picked up Flamini. And somebody else picked up. So there we go.
Yeah,
Callum Whittington got him. He's Drogba. It's Didier Drogba. But what a lot of people say is that, obviously Sneijder because of Galatasaray, but a lot of people say, well, how did he play with Nigel Reo-Coker? He actually played with Nigel Reo-Coker at Montreal Impact in the MLS.
Yeah, he went out to the MLS,
interesting.
didn't he?
Yeah, that's right. He scored a hat-trick in his first game, as it goes.
He's one of my favourite all-time players I've ever watched in the Premier League.
Oh, he was out of this world, wasn't he? He's got to be in a lot of people's choices, one of the best strikers in the
And
Premier
an
League.
all-round nice guy as well.
Yeah.
So.
And I loved it. But when he screamed it, it's a fucking disgrace at the cameras after.
I think the nice guy lost it then. He just.
Yeah, well, anyone would lose it, wouldn't they, if they just got robbed out of the Champions League semi-final?
And the stuff he does for his country as well. I mean, I think he donated a big sum of his salary to building a hospital in the Ivory Coast, which was...
That's out of this world, isn't it? That's absolutely brilliant. So there we go then, guys. That's about that for tonight. So thanks for joining. We'll be back tomorrow night for the FA Cup draw. Looking forward to that. And I should know that because I like Chelsea. Well, that's the thing. I mean, the Sneijder one would have thrown me because I wouldn't have realised that he played with Sneijder at Galatasaray.
Because he left Chelsea to join Galatasaray and then came back.
Yeah.
So.
He came back to Chelsea and then he went to Montreal Impact before he decided to call it a day. So, yeah, thank you very much, guys. I will be back in time to obviously bring you the cup draw. So, looking forward to doing that for you. And yeah, thanks for joining in tonight. Thanks for making it a good stream.
Thanks for having me again.
Thank you, Henry.
I'll probably come back again. So.
Cheers all. Cheerio for now. And as always, up the county. Good night, everybody. Thank you again.
Night, guys.